This hour's newsmaker is marriage counselor Dr. Rita DeMaria, and today we're talking about working towards a better marriage. Thanks for joining us today, Doctor.
Thank you for having me.
This is an important subject, and I know one of the ways you talk about having a better marriage is by, number one, communicating, but having premarital counseling.
Yes, absolutely. We know that 75% of divorces take place in the first 5 years, and we also know that if we teach couples relationship skills, communication, conflict resolution, how to speak up for yourself, and how to deal with anger, that we can actually have a huge impact on whether they end up getting divorced or not.
And more often than not, most people skip over this part because they don't want to find out whether or not they're really not right for that person.
Right. Well, actually, they're really busy planning for their wedding. I used to say you got to plan for your marriage, not just for the wedding. And it's a very busy time. And, you know, some clergy and, you know, the people go places where maybe they're just not sure what the best way to present the information. But we really do know now how to help couples have better marriages, have better relationships.
And what do you talk about in these counseling sessions at premarital counseling?
Well, we try to look at, first of all, we do always pay attention. How do people communicate? How do they deal with problems? Because those are very important predictors. Anybody, anywhere, anytime will tell you the best important thing about a relationship is, can you communicate? So we do pay attention. And then we look at issues like money, how people spend leisure time. Are they planning to have children? How do they deal with in-laws? Do they have anything in their family history that might create problems for them? So we really have a way, it's an inventory that we can use.
Well, let's play devil's advocate here. If we look at my parents who've been married over 40 years, did they have premarital counseling and that's why their relationships have
absolutely
lasted
not.
longer?
No.
Okay, all right.
But they probably got married at a time when traditional marriage, men knew their role, women knew their role. It's a lot easier than men and women having equality with each other. You know, it's a lot. People want to be equal. They want to have their peer relationship. You know, women are expecting certain freedoms. Men are expecting certain freedoms. So the challenges today are more difficult for couples and require more communication, not less. You know, my father had certain, you know, things. He had the final word. Well, in my house, it's kind of equal, you know, and the kids know if there's a problem, they're going to come to both of us. So it actually requires more communication, not less.
And around the holidays, and you know, we're at the beginning stages of the new year. This is a time that people get married.
Right.
They think it's the romantic time.
Right, now in Valentine's Day and the whole things, you know. And I think we really need to pay attention. How do we plan? How do we prepare? Because there are ways. You know, there are thousands of books in the self-help section, but classes and programs we know really have a very positive benefit. People learn that it doesn't come naturally, that just because you love somebody doesn't mean it's going to go easy. We learn that, you know, we have a taboo in our culture about talking about our marriages, so everybody walks around thinking there's something wrong with them or something wrong with the other one, you know, one or the other. And so we really can help people have much better understanding about the importance of caring and commitment, communicating, and sharing.
And you offer free introductory classes to do just that.
Yes, on a regular basis throughout the year, especially this time of year. We like to encourage people to really pay attention to their relationships. You know, it's a little cooler outside, so, you know, people are spending a little more time together. And so, yes, we offer free hour-and-a-half previews about relationship education offered throughout the Delaware Valley.
And how are we looking with the divorce rate?
Well, it's still about 50%.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, different areas.
Oklahoma has the highest?
Yeah, because people get married young. That's the problem.
Are we getting married younger?
No,
now?
We're getting married older.
Okay.
A little bit older. The age for first marriage is about 25, I think, 26. So it has gone up, which means people are a little better educated. They may have jobs, a little more preparation, a little more focus to their own personal life. All the more reason to make sure that you have the knowledge and skills that you need to make your marriage work. And we do know that marriage, a happy marriage, is really one of the top predictors for a sense of personal satisfaction in life. There's so much new information for people to find out about.
And that's a good note to end on. Thanks so much for joining us today, Doctor.
Thank you.